Guess what, the friends? In this video, I'm gonna share my week 2 weigh-in results from my spring lean out, and I'm gonna give you a very real, honest check-in of how I'm doing. Then I'm gonna share the supplements that I'm taking with you, and I'm gonna share my tricep and shoulder workout. So stay tuned till the very end so you can get all the goods. I'm also gonna do like a spin around so that you can see the live action of what I look like now. So if you don't know, before I get into my weigh-in, I have lost 130 pounds. I've kept it off for 8 years, and every December for the last few years, I allow myself to eat in a bit of a calorie surplus, enjoy the holidays. It gives me a bit of a diet break, allows me to build muscle, and in that time, I usually gain weight. And this time I gained 18 pounds, and I've been on a mission to lean out for spring. This is week 2. My original weight was 157.7. Last week, I'm just gonna check my notes, I weighed in at 156.4, and this week, drum roll please, it's not a drum, that's fine, I weighed in at 153.6. So I lost 2.9 pounds, I lost 2.8 pounds this week for a total of 4.1 pounds in 2 weeks. And that is really great. That's right on point. That means I'm losing about 2 pounds a week, which is what I want to do. I don't want to drop it too fast because then it's hard to sustain. So 2 pounds a week for me is very good. And I mentioned in my full day of eating that I'm eating about 1,869 calories right now. And I'm gonna do like a little spin around for you right now so we can see the difference. And then I will do a check-in and kind of tell you like what's been hard for me and kind of what's been going on with the lean out. Okay, so I'm wearing a different sports bra, but the same shorts, just so we can kind of keep it the same so that I can see actually my results. And I've noticed already in 2 weeks that my sides are sort of coming in, and I noticed like up here, like my collarbone is sort of standing out more, like I'm a bit leaner out here. And then, so this is the side. And again, I noticed like here, my 11 lines are kind of coming back in the side. And I noticed like, it's a little bit flatter here, still, you know, kind of puffy, but this is at the end of the day after I've drinking all my water. And then this is the back. And this sports bra, I notice, is, it's fitting way better than it has in, you know, a few months. So I definitely feel leaner and I'm looking leaner. And that's it. So let's do the check-in. So check-in wise, like I'm really proud of my progress, but like I had mentioned in my last video, this is the hardest lean out I've ever done because I'm doing it without a crutch. Meaning before, in between meals, when I would get hungry, which it's normal because I'm eating in a calorie deficit, so I am gonna be a little hungrier, I would freak out at the first hunger pain and I would reach for something, whether it was like an extra diet pop or, you know, more water with flavors in it or gum. And I developed an obsession with chewing gum because I couldn't just be in between meals. And my goal this time is to be okay and just be with myself. And I've stayed true to my word. I made a promise to you guys and a promise to myself that I'm gonna do it without anything to cope. And it's been okay. Like I notice my head is freaking out going, you're hungry, eat a piece of gum, chew a piece of gum. I did it today. I came downstairs to like bring these shorts down for the video, and my head said, chew a piece of gum. What are you gonna do between now and lunch? You're hungry, chew gum. And I was like, no, I don't need it. I'm okay. I'm enough to do this without needing to cope in between. And it is a little uncomfortable, sure, like I want to give in to my head, I have my whole life, but I know that I'm good enough to do it without, and I'm holding strong to that. I know the kind of person I am, and I know I can do this, and I'm really proud of myself And, you know, I'm starting because I'm not using anything to cope in between. Like, I do have a lot of overthinking, but I'm just letting it be there. I'm trying not to fight it. I'm trying to just go, okay, I understand you're gonna be there because I'm not using anything to cope, and that's okay. But I'm also getting realizations. Like, I'm having a lot of flashes of memories from when I was a kid about the past trauma, and I'll feel a little bit of guilt when the flashes come in for like not standing up for myself, but then I'll realize that what I'm really getting the flashes for is to see who I've always been underneath, which is a very strong girl who can push through anything, no matter what, and that I've always been whole and complete, and I never had to hide myself the way that I thought I did. And it's very cool that I'm, you know, shedding this layer of fat to lean out for spring, but I feel like with it, I'm shedding like the old Nicole, and I'm allowing the real Nicole to come through, the one that I always thought I had to hide because I was afraid of judgment. So I think, you know, that's really cool. And even though it's like, it's not easy not doing it with coping stuff, I'm proud of myself, and I'm gonna do it without, and I know I can. And now I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna share my supplements with you guys, the ones that I'm taking. Before I do, I wanna be very clear, I'm not a professional. I have no papers, nothing. This is just what I take and what works for me. Always do your own research, consult an actual professional before you take any of these things. This is just what I do, and it's for entertainment purposes only. And also, all the supplements that you're gonna see, they're from, I call it Hood Up, they're from HTLT Supps. I am sponsored by this company, so that's one reason. The second is because I feel like they're the best supplements that I've ever taken, and I've tried a lot of different brands, and these ones are the best. You can use code Nicole if you wanna try them out to save 10%. The first one I'm gonna talk about is creatine. Creatine is something your body like actually makes naturally, and you can get it from red meat. But also, if you take it, like when I take it when I'm weight training, I notice a difference in my strength. I also notice improved recovery, and when I'm leaning out, my muscles get very flat, and I notice that this kind of helps my muscles look a little bit more full. So that I do take that, and I put a scoop in a bottle of water, and I drink it when I lift weights, and I lift weights 3 times a week. Number 2, protein powder. HTLT Supps has 2. They have like a whey protein, which is the vanilla peanut butter flavor, which is amazing. But my favorite is their casein and whey concentrate blend, because they have like amazing flavors, and these flavors are really helping me with dieting right now. They're really helping me satisfy my cravings. And like, I love cereal, so this Luckier marshmallow, it's like my favorite. But also what's great about the blend is I love like treats, and I can use the protein powder to make low calorie treats, and a whey casein blend actually bakes up better. If you use just whey, it's like very dry, but this makes them like moist and like more delicious. The blend can help with better digestion. So there's that one. Number 3 is a pump. So this is called pre-pump, and I'm showing 2 different flavors, like blue raspberry and peach rings, but also there's a difference with the pump. There's one that says itch, which is the peach rings, and there's one that says no itch. So basically, like, what a pump does is it can increase blood flow to your muscles, which can help with improved recovery and like improved performance in the gym. And then everybody knows about the itch. Most people don't like the itch. I love it. What the itch is it's beta-alanine that causes that. And beta-alanine has anti-aging and antioxidant properties, but it can also help with like increased workout capacity and decrease muscle fatigue. So like, for example, Kyle and I just took this because we just did our shoulder and tricep workout, and we kind of feel weaker like as we lean out. But we noticed, even though we weren't super strong, we noticed that we could still power through it. And I think it is like some of the beta-alanine, because we took the itch one today, I think that helped us out. Moving on. So I'm not going to take the creatine for a bit because I'm going to show you two things that I am going to take, and I want to see like what they actually can do for me. And I already know what the creatine does. So I kind of want to just not take the creatine and see exactly what these do for me. One, I have taken when it was known as Turk Builder, but I didn't take it regular. So I don't really know exactly the great results that it will give me. And the other one is new. So the new one, like Greg's had this out for a while, but it's new to me to take. And this is called Tomcat LE. And basically, I've decided to take this on my rest days. So I have 4 rest days a week and 3 training days. I'm taking one at dinner time. It's just a time I decided to take it just so I remember to take it. And what it's supposed to do is help with building lean muscle mass, help with like increased strength, and it also may help with decreasing cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And I've only been taking it for like 3 days now, but I noticed that my sleep is better because like cortisol is your stress hormone, so it does like, it affects your sleep, your fat distribution, like your mood, like all that kind of stuff. And I definitely noticed I'm sleeping more solid when taking that. And then the next one is the Ecti Builder. It used to be known as Turk Builder. So that's this one. And I'm gonna be taking 2 capsules at dinner time before I work out. So 3 days a week, I'm gonna be taking this one. I did take it here and there, like sporadically before, and I noticed some increase in strength. It is supposed to help build lean muscle mass and increase your strength. So, but it takes a few days of taking it before you start feeling like the full like results. So today was the first day I took it. I think probably that helped me power through the workout as well, but I'll kind of like keep you updated. So the reason why I'm taking these in a lean out phase is because when I lean out, I want to hold on to as much muscle as I possibly can and just lose the body fat. That way I'm recomping my body, meaning reshaping it instead of just getting smaller, because if I lost all my muscle, then I would just have loose hanging skin. The muscle helps helps my skin fill out a bit, so it's not so like loose and flingy, and so that's why I'm doing that. And the other thing that I want to say is you don't need to take any of these Supps. They're called supplements because they're kind of like the cherry on top. The reason why I'm getting the results is because my diet's on point. I'm eating in a calorie deficit. It's 95% diet, then the cardio and the weight training, and then the supplements. Those are the cherry to the sundae. The cardio or the weight training is like the chocolate sauce, and you know, like the cardio is like the toppings, and then the ice cream is the diet. So that's the most important thing. Get your diet on point, and then if you want to try the Supps, go for it. And also, if you want, like if you're liking this whole lean out thing and you want to basically spend like a month with me, be a fly on the wall and see like exactly the exact workout, exact cardio, the exact meal plan, check out my latest weight loss ebook, Leaner Not Meaner. Use code Nicole, save yourself 10%. It's exactly what I did to like get to my leanest body ever and fit in my first size 4. And it has a 4-week meal plan in it, the exact one that I ate, my exact training, and my exact cardio. It is basically like spending a month with me. So check that out if you want. And now I'm gonna go into my tricep and shoulder workout. And again, I'm not a professional. I'm not like a personal trainer. This is all Nicole speak, and this is what I do. So I start with a bit of a warm up where I just like use a resistance band to warm up my rotator cuffs just so that I don't get injured. I am 39, like I'm getting older, so I do need to warm up really well before I get into the workout. Then I start with triceps. And the first thing I do is kind of like an activator, I call it. So I stand kind of leaning forward with my elbows tucked into my sides, and I squeeze my triceps and use them to like pull my arms all the way down and back. I squeeze my tricep until it like almost cramps, and then I lift it up a little more and squeeze more to like almost cramp it again. And then that allows me to be warmed up and ready to do my first exercise. The reason why I do the activator is to start getting my mind connected to my muscle, because you want to be connected to the muscle that you're working so that you're doing it efficiently and you're not just kind of using your whole body, and you're actually working on building the muscle that you're trying to build. So the first one, I'm gonna call these rope pull downs, using like a cable machine for the tricep rope pull downs, let's call them. And I'll do like a very light set with half the weight, so a 5-pound plate per side for my machine. And I start like leaned over a bit with my elbows tucked into my sides, holding the rope with my palms facing in, and I squeeze my triceps and pull the weight down to my thighs and kind of like pull it kind of out more toward my sides. And I do 2 sets of 12 of these, but what I do is I'll do the warm up like that. I do about 8 reps, and then I'll stand up a little straighter, move in a little more, and then put the rope together like that and pull straight down. And it kind of just works the tricep a different way. And I pull straight down like that for the last few reps until I get to 12. After I do that warm up, I do 2 working sets with 10 pounds. So 2 5-pound or 10-pound plate per side. And then I move on to what I'm gonna call tricep push downs. So I use a triangle bar handle, and I kind of like, I get like on top of the bar almost, like I move my body in and lean over so that I'm like leaning over the bar so that I can push the bar down with my triceps. So I have kind of like my elbows out but tucked in, and I squeeze my triceps and I push down and squeeze my triceps at the bottom, and I'm always slowly raising the weight back up. I'm always using my muscle, no matter if it's going up or down. When I'm down, I'm squeezing at the bottom, and then I'm still keeping my tricep engaged as I go up. That way this muscle is always engaged, it's always working, and my 2 sets is efficient and really helps me get like the most bang for my buck, basically. Then I move on to what my technical term, overhead tricep thingies, or a more technical, let's call them single arm tricep presses. Let's do that. So I take a 10-pound dumbbell and I hold it in one hand, and I put my elbows straight up in the air like that, and I hold the weight behind my head. I use my tricep to squeeze the dumbbell up. I squeeze at the top, my tricep, and then I keep my tricep engaged, and I slowly lower the dumbbell down until the head of the dumbbell, like the bottom piece of it, is parallel to the floor. Then I raise it back up, and I try not to let the tension off, and I do 2 sets of 8 reps per arm for that exercise. Then that's triceps finito, and I move on to shoulders. Because I'm already warmed up, I don't do too much here. First, this won't be shown, but I take a pair of 8-pound dumbbells and I just do a quick warm up of side laterals, just about 12 of them, just to get my shoulders, give them a heads up that I'm starting to work them. And then I do 2 working sets of, so I'm gonna call these side lateral raises. I use 10 pounds and I start with palms together, a 10-pound dumbbell in each hand out in front of me with my chest up and standing straight up, kind of like a soldier at attention. And then I squeeze my shoulders, and I use my shoulders to bring the weights up and out to the side, leading with my elbows. So my elbows are going first. When I get to the top, I slightly tip the dumbbells down as if I'm like pouring something out, squeezing, and then keep the shoulder squeezed and engaged as I slowly lower back down. I do 2 sets of 12 of those. But this is a superset. So once I'm done the 12 of those, I do something called partials. I drop the 10 pounds, I pick up two 20-pound dumbbells, I hold them standing straight up, I hold them straight at my sides, and I lift them out to the side and then slightly out at the bottom as much as I can, squeezing my shoulder the whole time. And I do as many as I can until failure, which usually I can get about 6 and then I fail. And that is one set. So 12 of the side laterals, immediately followed or supersetted with partials, about 6 of them with the 20-pound dumbbells. That's it, I rest, and then I do one more set. Then I move on to something that we call a tricep. So basically it's 3 exercises, but you do them one after the other with no rest in between to really burn out the muscle and get the most out of it. So this tricep or triple superset, whatever you want to call it, we're gonna switch to the back of the shoulders now or rear delts. So I use a preacher curl bench that we have, and I kind of lean over it backwards, so like I'm facing the seat, and I hang my arms straight down with a 10-pound dumbbell in each hand, palms facing in, and I squeeze my shoulders and I lift my shoulders up until my elbows are kind of like parallel with the ceiling, and the dumbbells are facing out now with my palms like facing out. And I squeeze, hold for a beat at the top, and then keep my shoulders engaged as I lower the weight back down. And I do one set of 10 of those. Then I drop the 10 pounds and I do what I call like rear delt swings. So I swing them straight out to the side, controlled, not just swinging. I make sure that my shoulders are still like contracted the whole time. I do 12 straight out to the sides, and then I do 8 where I go out a bit more and I turn the dumbbells as if I'm like pouring out a jug of water, and I do 8 of those. Then I drop the 10 pounds and I go to a resistance band, and I use my rear delts to squeeze the resistance band out to the side. I try to keep like my neck, it tends to tense up. So I try to keep everything relaxed except for the rear delts. And I keep my elbows fairly straight, not locked out, but fairly straight, a little bit pointed out, up. And I squeeze until I'm shaking and I can't hold it anymore. And then that's it, the tricep is done. Do 2 sets of that. And then I finish with shoulder presses. So I sit on the preacher curl bench that I used for the superset, and I use 20 pounds here. If you're new, like 20 pounds I had to work up to, so you know, just pick a weight that works for you. And I lean against the seat, no, this thingy, the preacher curl thingy. I lean against that. I'm so professional. And then I lift the weights up. I have my upper arm parallel to the floor, and I have the weights palms out, and I squeeze my shoulders to lift the weight all the way up. I try to keep the tension. I don't want to go all the way up because I take the tension off. I want to just go up like 3/4 and then slowly lower and keep the tension. And I can only do about 10. The first set, I do about 10 reps, and I have to really push the last 2 up. And then the second set, I can only get about 6 to 8 because I'm just so fatigued. So I just do the best I can to, you know, get as many reps as I can. And that is it. That's my tricep and shoulder workout. Thanks to my Sasaruni, who really helps me get proper form and encourages me to keep going. And so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am gonna continue to keep you updated as I go along. I love you, cuterooners. And I think that's it. Anything else we wanna add, Sassy? No, you're just cute. That's fun. Okay, cuteroons. I'll see you on the next flippity flip. Don't forget, subscribe, follow along, keep watching all the vids, this vid. You don't wanna miss the spring lean out. You don't wanna miss notice how Sassy and I lost 130 pounds each, keep it off for 8 years because we love our food, love life, joy the journey? You don't want to miss it, so watch it. Check it out, subscribe. I love ya. I'll catch you in the next vid, cuteroonie. Peace.
See ya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll add one thing.
Okay.
Code Nicole.
10%.
For the Supps and the books.
Yeah, do it. Weight loss ebooks. Code Nicole is Nicole. Code Nicole. Huddle. HTLT Supps. Code Nicole. Save yourself 10% off it all. Yeah. See ya.
Now we'll see ya.
Bye.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.